I have 4x minus 3x plus 5 equals 5. What do you think the first step is here? Distribute. What am I distributing? A negative 3. So what's being brought down? 4x. What's negative 3 being distributed to first? So what's negative 3 times x? What kind? Negative 3x. What's being distributed by negative 3 next? So what's negative 3 times 5? Nuh-uh. Negative 3 times 5. Type it in. Type it in. Did y'all get negative 15? That's what you should have gotten. What comes down behind that? Equals what? Perfect. From there, if I cover up that one term on this side, do I have anything to combine on the left side? The x's. So what am I typing in? 4 minus 3. Typing in 4 minus 3, Jordan. We're trying to learn these habits and typing things in without me having to tell you, because who's taking the test, me or you? Who needs to know how to do it, me or you? I already took the test, okay? I already passed it with flying colors, doing harder math than you, okay? You got to type this in. Do your part, okay? So, from here, what did you get when you said 4 minus 3? What'd y'all get? 1 what? What comes down behind that? One-step equation here, yes? What do I need to do to get x by itself? Add 15. Great. What's being brought down? What happens to those 15s? What's brought down behind that? What am I typing in? Type it in, type it in, type it in. Don't just write it, type it. That's how you understand what's going on. You're proving it. What's 5 plus 15? Any questions there? This is what we did last week. Let's look at this. 3x plus 10 equals 4x minus 6. You just did this. What's my first step? Subtract 3x. Because that's the smallest of our variable terms, and we're trying to get it onto one side. What happens to these 3 x's? What's brought down? Behind that? What's being typed in? What's 4 minus 3? You just did it. 1x. Behind that? Minus 6 or negative 6. What's going to happen now to get x by itself? Add 6 on both sides. So what's being typed to the calculator? 10 plus 6. What'd y'all get? Behind that? Behind that? What happens to those 6's? What's another way to rewrite this? Are they both acceptable answers? Any questions? So, it says, what if we had like terms on both sides of the equation as well? We have to combine like terms and then use inverse operations to solve. So, we're going to talk through this one. We have 6x minus 5x minus 4 equals 2x minus 8. It says combine like terms first. That is the very first step it says. Combining like terms means you cover up one side and you ask, are there any like terms on this side? Are there any like terms on the left side? Yes. What are they? 6 and negative 5. So what would be typed into the calculator? 6 minus 5. Type that in for me, please. Verifying answers. True, make sure you're typing it in, baby. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. I like the math, honey. Look at the board. What'd y'all get? Did we get 1x? So what's brought down behind it? Negative 4 equals. We cover this side. Is there anything to combine on the right side? No. So what's brought down? Perfect. From there, we have to get the variables on one side. So what are my two variable terms on this line? 1x and 2x. You notice they did not move the smallest one. They didn't move the smallest one, which gave them a negative coefficient right there. We're trying to avoid that because do we like negative numbers? No. Do we have a habit of dropping signs in here? Yes. And do signs matter? Yes. If you skip a stop sign, will you hurt somebody? Yes. So which means signs matter, all right? So if we're looking at this, they subtracted the 2x. That's not a wrong move. You just have to be mindful of a negative, okay? So from there, type in 1 minus 2. Type in 1 minus 2. What'd y'all get? Negative 1. Minus 4 comes down. Equals, what happens to those two x's? They cancel out. What comes down? Negative 8. Now we're trying to get x by itself, right? So what's the first step I need to do to get rid of the things around it? Add 4. So bringing down our negative 1x. What happens to those 4's? They cancel out. Equals negative 8 plus 4 in your calculator. Type that in to verify your answer. Negative 8 plus 4. That gets you what? Negative 4. But we're not done yet because is the coefficient on this x a positive 1?
No.
So I have to divide by negative 1 on both sides. What happens to these negative 1's? So that leaves me with x equals 2 negatives make a what? Well, 4 divided by 1 is what?
4.
And we always check, yes? So how would I check this?
6 first, 8, 4, close, minus 5, plus 4, close, minus 4, equals.
What's on the other side? Thank you. We have to plug that in everywhere we see an x. So type this side into your calculator. Type that side into your calculator. I'm going to write my work at the bottom. What'd y'all get?
0.
Everybody get 0? That's the work. Type in this side over here. Should be significantly shorter. Significantly. See, second block. What'd y'all get?
0.
Does 0 equal 0? So it's 4 the right answer.
Yes.
Perfect. Any questions there? All right. Let's look at this one right here. So it says, let's try it together. We have 8x minus 9 plus 10x equals 9 plus 9x. If I cover up the right side, is there anything to combine on the left side? What can I combine? 8 and 10x. So what am I typing into my calculator? 8 plus 10. I agree. Type it in for me, please, and thank you. 8 plus 10. What'd y'all get?
18.
18 what?
X.
What comes down behind that?
-9.
Behind that? What's in between them?
Plus.
Not plus. A equals. Cover up that side. Is there anything to combine on this side?
No.
No. So what gets brought down?
9 plus 9.
Are my variable terms on one side? So which two are my variable terms? 18x and 9x. So which one's the smallest?
9.
So how do I move 9x from one side to the other? Subtract it, minus it. On.
Both sides.
Make sure you're bringing your x with it. Make sure you're putting it underneath the term it's going to simplify with. Does that make sense? So what's being typed in?
18 minus 9.
What's 18 minus 9?
9.
9x. What gets brought down behind that?
-1.
Behind that? Behind that? What happens to those 9x's right here? Cancel out. What do I need to do next to solve for x? Get rid of the negative 9. How would I do that? Add it on both sides. So what's being brought down?
9.
What happens to those 9's? What's behind that? And what's being typed in? What's 9 plus 9? 18. How do I get x by itself now? Perfect. What happens to those 9s? Leaves me with? How would I check this?
8 plus 2.
Mm-hmm.
Plus parentheses minus 9.
Mm-hmm.
Plus 10 parentheses 2. Plus parentheses equals 9. Plus 9 parentheses 2. Plus parentheses.
Perfect. Type that side in for me, please. What'd y'all get?
27.
Absolutely. Type in the other side. What'd y'all get? Does 27 equal 27? So is 2 the right answer? Any questions there? Okay, look at B. 6s plus 8 minus 4s equals 4 plus s plus 10. Covering up the right side, is there anything to combine on the left?
Yes.
What's there to combine? 6 and negative 4, thank you. Those s terms. So what's being typed into the calculator?
6 minus 4.
So type in 6 minus 4 if you don't already have it. What'd you get? 2 what? What's brought down behind it? Plus 8. Behind that? Equals, covering that side. Is there anything to combine on the right side? 4 and 10. So what will be plugged in? What will be typed to the calculator? 4 plus 10. Very straightforward. So what's 4 plus 10? What comes down with that? Plus s, because it's still over there, right? So are my variable terms on one side? No. What are my 2 variable terms? 2s and s. Which one is smaller? S. So how would I get rid of s? Subtract it. What's the coefficient in front of that s? A 1. So what's 2 minus 1? 1. What? What's being brought down? Behind it? Plus 8 equals 14. Because what happens to those s's? What do I need to do from here? Subtract 8 on both sides. I love that. What's being brought down? S, 1s. What happens to those 8s? What's brought down behind that? Equals what? 14 minus 8, which is 6. How would I check this? Absolutely. Type this side in. Give them time. Jordan, make sure you're typing this in, baby. What'd y'all get? Type in the other side, please. What'd y'all get? Does 20 equal 20?
Yes.
So is 6 the right answer?
Yes.
Any questions there? You can get a daily grade done in 2 minutes? I'm going to do that to you. Flip it on over. Scared you, didn't I? So it's looking at this. Example number 2. What if we have parentheses on both sides of the equation? Distribute, then combine like terms first, right? So, for mine, on this one, I have 7, 1 plus 5n minus 13 equals negative 6, 1 plus 4n. They told me to distribute first, which is true. You have to distribute in order to simplify. So what am I distributing on the left side? 7. What's 7 times 1? 7. What's 7 times 5n? 35 what? N. And we bring down? Any questions on this side? Focusing on this side. Is there anything to distribute on the right side? What am I distributing? Negative 6 times 1 is what? What's negative 6 times 4n? Negative 24n. Could you also type that into the calculator? Yes. So from there, do I have any more distribution on my lines? No. So I cover up the right side like I typically do, and I ask, is there any like terms I can combine on the left? What are the like terms? 7 and negative 13. So typing that into the calculator, what's 7 minus 13? What'd you get? Negative 6. So I bring down 35n minus 6 equals. Is there anything left to combine on that side? No. So on the right side, is there anything to combine between negative 6 and negative 24n? No. So we bring that down unchanged. Any questions there? No. Are my variable terms on one side? No, not yet. Because what are my two variable terms? And which one's smaller? So how do I get rid of a negative 24? Add it on both sides. So what's 35 plus 24? 59. The n comes down. What also comes down? Equals negative 6. What happens to those 24 n's? So I have a two-step equation now. What's my first step? Add 6 on both sides. What happens here? What happens here? Into what? 0. And how do I get n by itself on this step? Divide by that coefficient of 59. So what's 0 divided by 59? So how would I check that?
7 plus 5 plus 0 close, another close.
1 plus, you got it.
Plus 4 close, and over 0 close.
And then another close. Type that side in. Y'all are okay. We're going to try to get this done. Because I don't want you to be behind. Type in that side for me. What'd y'all get? Negative 6. Type in the other side for me.
Good morning, Keith Stores. Everyone please rise to the pledge. Salute. Pledge. I pledge
What'd y'all get?
to the flag of the United
Does negative 6 equal negative 6?
States
So is 0 the right answer?
one nation,
Awesome.
under God, indivisible,
I'm going to pause till he's
with
done.
liberty and justice for all. You may be seated.
Perfect. Let's look at A.
Students' applications to join the National
73 plus 5k minus 7 equals 6k plus 5. Is there anything to distribute on the left side? Was there a distribute? So what's being brought down unchanged?
73
What's 5 times k?
Freshmen,
plus
tomorrow morning you will be taking the pre-ACT.
What's 5 times negative 7?
There is a banner in the comments with your room number on it.
Is there anything to combine on this side?
In the morning.
73 and negative 35. So type in 73 minus 35.
Make sure you are here on time.
Yes.
Once we start the test, no students will be admitted.
73 minus 35.
Freshmen, look at the list comments to see what.
What does that get you?
In the morning.
38. So what's being brought down?
There in the morning.
Plus 5.
5K what?
Oh, that's 5.
Plus
Seniors, voting is now open for this year's homecoming.
38.
It will close tomorrow afternoon. And ask
Is there anything left to combine on this side?
if you have any questions.
Do I have to distribute on that side?
Yes.
What am I distributing?
6.
I want to thank our students that were out front.
What's 6 times K?
Everyone.
6K.
Start with
What's 6 times 5?
30.
Students, the Sandy Hook promises and
Can I combine anything on this side? So what's being brought down?
At Sandy Hook Elementary School, December 14th, 2012.
Now we have an equation, right, that we can solve that we've been doing.
Start with hello week.
So,
Those students and
what are my two variable terms?
youth violence.
5K.
As of February 24th.
So, which one am I moving?
10% of those adults experience
So how do I move 5K?
Minus 5.
Reaching out to others who may be experiencing loneliness and start with a simple hello.
Amen.
Big difference.
What happens to those 5Ks?
Ask someone you don't know.
What's being brought down?
And make their day a better one.
What's 6 minus 5?
Green out on Wednesday. Wear homecoming
What's coming down?
Wear something green.
What comes down behind it?
In solidarity with the Sandy Hook promise.
How do I get K by itself?
Keisters.
Minus 30.
Uh-huh.
Students, welcome to homecoming week. Thank you those that came up here.
What's 38 minus 30?
The hallways.
8 equals.
Make sure you are participating this week.
What happens to those 30s?
Cancel out.
How can I rewrite that?
Wednesday will be normal days at Olive Branch High School, so will Friday. But Thursday, we're going to.
Any questions there?
In the morning. And I will be proud at the celebration that afternoon.
Mm-hmm. Any questions there? Let's look at B.
I saw a lot of Mr. Chapman in the building this week.
Yes.
A lot of Mr. Chapman. Students, if you dress.
Do I have to distribute anything on this side?
Please make your way to the commons at this time, and Mr. Chapman, that means you as well. As always, OB, make it a great day. The choice is yours.
Is there anything to distribute on this side?
Yes.
What am I distributing? 2. Guys, focus. I want to get this done quickly. That way you have something to go back to reference. What's 2 times H?
2H.
What's 2 times negative 5?
Negative 10.
Negative 10 equals. Is there anything to combine on this side?
No.
No. Looking at the other side, is there anything to distribute?
Yes.
What am I distributing?
Negative 2.
Negative 2. So what's being brought down? 16. What's negative 2 times H?
Negative 2H.
What's negative 2 times 5?
Negative 10.
Is there anything to combine on this side?
Yes. No, yes.
What's there to combine?
16.
16 and negative 10. What's 16 minus 10?
Yeah. 6.
6, right? So I have negative 2H minus, well, plus 6. And I just bring this side down. From there, what are my two variable terms? 2H and,
Negative 2H.
so which one's smaller?
Negative 2H.
So how do I move negative 2H?
Plus 2.
Plus 2H. You have to do the opposite. Great job. What's 2H plus 2H?
4H.
What comes down behind that?
Minus 10.
Minus 10 equals,
6.
what do I do from here?
Add 10 plus
What's being brought down?
4H equals 16.
What do I do from here?
Divide.
By, on.
H equals 4.
Any questions there?
No, ma'am.
That was your lesson for tomorrow as well, because you won't be in here. Make sure you do your practices. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
So which means you are ahead. You have what you need. Don't play with it.